Hey guys, Loman02, doing something a little different today, playing some vintage actually to put up. Playing some paradoxical outcomes. This is not an Esper list, it's more of a Grixis list, but really blue-black. What do I think of this hand? I think this hand is keepable. It's a little iffy. If they're on stacks, we're probably just in trouble, like in big trouble. Alright, well they're on a blue deck, which makes me feel a lot better. Is that an Ixalan? Or that's an Amonkhet, I think. I forget what island that is, a weird island. Okie doke. Well, let's go ahead and have a look-see. If we get fortunate, they'll just counterspell this thing. Alright, they have Force of Will. Wow, this is a spicy one. I like it. I don't know what Cody's playing. Something interesting, that's for sure. He could brainstorm in response. Well, he probably won't, because if he just misses there, he's in trouble. I probably will fight this, pitching the Merchant Scroll. Alright, he doesn't even go for it. Oh, wow, we hit pretty well here. Let's tap right here. Put a 1-drop down. Already played our land for the turn, so I'll pick up 4 here. They'll probably Force of Will this. I'm going to brainstorm first. I like seeing that. I don't know if it's proper, though. I think they may just need to pitch the Whir of Invention. Or pitch the Whir of Invention. The chance of not hitting a blue card. I mean, I like this better when I cast the Ancestral to find a Mental Misstep, but they know their list. They may not have Mental Misstep in there. But now if I have this, it just doesn't work, unless they have another one. Alright, concession. Yeah, we got them. I mean, they know we got it at that point, I think. So, blue deck. Flusterstorm seems good. Chain of Vapor out, I think. And probably Time Walk out. Or one Preordained. Time Walk I like less. Yeah, I think this is what we're going to go for now. Their deck looks like it does something cool, but, like, I don't know how good it is. I mean, Whir of Invention seems way too slow for Vintage. Just a 3. I mean, if it was just Convoke... If it was like 1 blue in Convoke, or whatever that mechanic is that works with artifacts, maybe it's Invoke. I always screw it up, but it's maybe better then, but like, you need to have a lot of bricks too. What do we think of this? This is very close, but I think it's keepable. I mean, any artifact mana makes this hand pretty decent, because we get to Time Twister on turn 1. Oh, Grindstone? Yeah, that's cool. You can play that out all you want. So, they are a painter deck. Well, then, I think... I'm going to go for the Grim Monolith here to set up for next turn. I don't like throwing away this resource, but... I'm not promised to draw a mana source next turn. If I do, great, but if I don't, then that's pretty bad. They may Force of Will this just knowing that I committed a Lotus Petal to getting it out, which tells them a lot about my hand, that it doesn't have another mana source, likely. Because I'd probably just wait. Brainstorm's fine. Obviously, I leave down Flusterstorm this way too, so the consideration was leave up Flusterstorm and hope to hit into a mana source. There's a few in the deck. The chances are not horrible of making a mana source, but making a free mana source is still not bad, but I don't think it's worth the risk. I mean, like, there's a good chance to just draw something like Yogwill or something like that. Okay, land drop. Do they have Fragmentize for this thing? No. Alright, and that's what we would have drawn, so that would have been very bad. Alright, Time Twister. And you have I think I'm just going to discard the Mind's Desire because I don't really want to draw it right now in this Time Twister turn. Now, if they have Flusterstorm this time around, that's pretty bad for us. Okay, they just have a bazillion forces. Okay, well, all of our cards are gone. I actually am left up on cards in hand, so I have a decent amount of live draws. I feel like unless they have like exactly Painter in hand, like drawing a land, have Painter, because Painter's 3 mana, right? Well, it's 3 mana to activate this. Painter's 2 mana. Okay. Well, any mana source off the top would be pretty good. Black Lotus would probably be our best draw. Okay, well, there's the Servant. I can't do anything about that. I'm not going to pop this fetch because I'd actually like to draw land here. Alright, red. Alright, and Tolarian Academy, and that's game? Yeah, it's game. They're going to wait? I guess I could have... Oh, Blightsteel, that's right. Alright, well, I drew dead anyways. I don't know why they didn't try to do that to me. I'll go ahead and concede. They're playing like I have Blightsteel, which is smart. But I'm going to go ahead and concede. Yep. Hercule's Recall. That's interesting. MBT? No. What if they're playing Dak in their list? I could bring the Blightsteel in. I normally leave him board. I'm not a big fan. Blightsteel, like, just feels like it's so all in. Like, if it gets there, cool. And against some decks, is certainly good. Huh. 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 Keep. I think I'm just going to cast Defense Grid and then hope that I can get off a Merchant Scroll into Ancestral next turn. That could be very hopeful. Hopefully this just sucks down a Force of Will. It may not because I tapped the Tolarian Academy to do it. No, that's sweet. I actually wanted that to happen. Charter Course seems aggressive. Huh. Okay, land. Nothing. Here, I'm going to do this. Look for artifact mana. I may even Force of Will a Mental Misstep here. Okay. Go ahead and brainstorm it up. Looking for a Mental Misstep. My assumption would be... Did I burn a Force of Will on this? I may, actually, just for tempo purposes. Because I really do need to find some artifact mana here to make this Tolarian Academy decent. Alright, is it going to happen? Or are we going to misstep it? It's going to happen. Alright, brainstorm a last. Well, I like how this is playing out. Alright, force him to have it. You can get mana drained here. If we get mana drained, I'll pitch the Mind's Desire. If they have Flusterstorm or Reb, okay. Well, Reb I may actually go for here. No mana drain, sweet. Oh, do you have another Force of Will? No. Do this again. So the paradoxical outcome deck does kind of look like nonsense. I won't disagree with you on that. But It is actually quite consistent. I do think that the white versions are probably a little better than this version, just due to the fact that they get fragmentized for, okay, Stony Silence, and the game has ended. Alright, they knew it was up. So, I'm going to go on a quick pause, guys, see if we can play another game with this deck. Opponent conceded pretty fast there. Maybe we'll try a different deck. We'll do a little more vintage. So, we didn't really get to see it go to fruition, so if you're not a vintage aficionado, maybe you wanted to see it, I don't know. What do I feel like playing? Let's play some Oath. Let's play some Dredge. I actually enjoy playing Dredge. I think Dredge is a pretty sweet deck. A lot of people naysay it, say it's the burn of vintage, but and maybe it is. It's not extremely hard to play. I mean, there's certainly... this hand's great. But I should be on the draw. The one thing I'd rather have in this is like a Mental Misstep or a Force of Will with a blue card. But it does everything I need it to do. So, Bizarre. Okay, they get to see my hand. Let them see it, and then they don't know what my other two cards are going to be off of this, so if they do something really busted, I could go into a pretty quick turn here. So we're playing its Painter Servant combo, like Grindstone combo. Oh, wow. Okay. Well, we're doing something big here. Okay, I'm going to draw here. Alright, two Dredgers in the yard. Sphere of Resistance before casting whatever their next spell is going to be is interesting to me. Maybe they want to play around Force of Will, or if I found Force of Will, they wanted me to stop that. Which I would have. I would have been obliged to because I couldn't stop anything else this turn. So what is their 3-drop they're going to play? Okay, yeah, I was going to say, I think this may limit their ability to play something else. Okay. The cool thing is, if they're still playing the same deck, they cannot activate at the same turn. Alright, Mirage Mirror. Alright, Mirage Mirror deck. Huh. Okay. Well, we're certainly going to pick up the two Dredgers. And this Dredger. Two Ghasts. Okay, they're just going to go ahead and pack it in there, which makes sense. I think we were pretty advantaged there. Alright, so Ingot Chewer seems good. They're going to bring in Hate for the graveyard, so I think these are good. Elish Norn, I'm not a huge fan of. I don't even think I really need this plan. I cut one Golgari Thug and one more Dread Return. I'm going to go like this, I think. Maybe one MBT. Yeah, no Dread Return. Well, maybe we'll want one just for Ingot Chewer. It is kind of good that way. Let's see what they do. We still have the Mental Missteps and the Force of Wills. I don't know about MBT. They are a workshop deck, which is interesting. But I feel like this is the right setup going in. One of the things you'll note is this deck is actually pretty bad in the mirror. If a deck ever has Leyline, we're in trouble because we can't deal with enchantments. So the Leylines are kind of a hard lock against this build of the deck. This hand's not keepable, unfortunately. So we're going to have to go to 6 here. Hopefully see our opponent mulligan too. It's not good if they don't, because when they're on the play... Well, I guess we have game 3, but when they're on the play... Yeah, I got a mull too. Alright, this is unfortunately a mulligan as well. Did they go to 5? Sometimes opponents will. Yep, they're going to 5 too. Actually, I effed up there. I missed the, Alright, well, we're in some trouble. Keep. And try to scry top and hope to be able to Ingot Chew or something. That's going directly to the bottom. Alright, go ahead. So we're at least on the draw. Alright, Mana Crypt. Alright, Sorcerer Spyglass hitting absolutely nothing. Did he say something? Oh, Bazaar is what he's going to name. I mean, he probably has to name Bazaar, but Inkachur can deal with that at a minimum. This Sorcerer Spyglass is actually a nice new add to like the stacks list against Bazaar decks. Yep, Bazaar. Okay. Alright, and Cage. Alright. I think we're going to need Bazaar to win this game. It could have been possible that we wanted to blow up the Mistress, or the Mana Crypt rather. But this game looks pretty forlorn. Although we did make a play error in our mulligan decisions. Alright, Sensei's Divining Top, cool. Mirage Mirror's in their deck. I guess we just probably, if we don't draw a land, if we draw a land, we'll probably just cast an Archamoeba and start beating down. Alright, Ancient Tomb. Alright. Yeah. If they leave something in their hand, I'd be shocked. So, go. Hopefully this Crypt starts doing a little bit of damage to them. Okay, it does. Opts to get some blood. Alright, what do we have here? Does it say Walking Ballista? The Antiquities War. That's pretty spicy. What are our opponents up to here? Tormod's Crypt, okay. Well, that stops our graveyard, but I'm trying to hardcast monsters here. Maybe they overboarded. Oh, we'll see. Dredge is generally not as fun in games 2 and 3. It's a hardcastable spell. Alright. Oh, I love Magic the Gathering. These like games, like the Dredge versus Dredge versus Stacks is always interesting post board. I think Dredge is slightly favored. I mean, Dredge is probably still 50-50 with it. They're beating themselves up here pretty good here, so I don't mind that. They're going to go ahead and top. So they've taken 6 off of their. All right, Mirage Amir. All right, Ancestral Recall. That was a good pickup. What is Mirage Mirror doing in this deck? Is it like trying to like clone a Dark Depths or something nonsense? I guess it could copy my Narcomoeba and block. Alright, Sorcerer Spyglass, naming Bazaar Baghdad, I would assume. What's the best runner tech here? Like a mana production? Like another mana confluence would be okay. Yeah. Alright, that wasn't good. If they want to block my, I guess they can't. He takes 2 mana. Get in there, you. Alright, we got him at 9, so 3 turn clock. Right. Alright, they make it. They made it. Alright, we're dead. We're losing to the Antiquities War. Bam. Alright. Pretty cool card. The deck looks pretty interesting, too. I think we're sticking with our plan. And, Antiquities War. That's pretty good. Actually, Gurmag Angler's probably fine in some number of in this deck. Better than this. And alright, no, we didn't get there in time. I just started thinking of it. I'm like, he didn't have, like... He had the Tormod script. Alright, hands a mulligan. Hands a certain keep. We have a... Now, we could have a hollow 3. We definitely have a hollow 2. Not just a hollow 1. Alright, he's going down. Yeah, if we get 8 power, that could be game on the first turn. Alright, we're bottoming this. Okay, well, opponent scoops it. That was a good hand, though. Alright, we're gonna... Oh, I guess Markrid's gone. Alright, Toast Doctor. Oh, I love playing some Vintage, guys. Hopefully you don't mind watching me play some random semi-competitive games of Vintage. What do I play here? Let's play some Oath. Oh. Yeah, Dredge versus like weird stacks list is always goofy. That wasn't really a stacks list though. It was more of a combo deck. Yeah. This is a keeper. I mean, it's bad against what? Stacks? Lead on the Scalding Tarn. Possibly pop it for an island. I think I do, so I can preordain here. Although I don't really know what I'm playing against. Like, what's the worst for this hand? Stacks. So what am I looking for with preordain? Force of Will. Force of Will pretty exactly. So I'm going to get the island to play around like Wasteland. Strip Mine would still get me. I think I'm going to bottom both of these because I'm just looking for Force of Will. Alright, we don't get there, but we find another land. So if it is stacks, I mean, we can be pretty sure that eventually our Oath will eventually resolve. We have Metal Misstep for most of the other decks. Question becomes, do I just slam the Oath? Yeah, we'll see what we're playing against. If it's Dredge, yeah, probably. Alright, it's not Dredge, decidedly. Alright, they're doing nothing. Well, at a minimum... Alright, Ancestral on my upkeep. This may fetch out... Alright, it does not fetch out a Force of Will, which leads me to believe they don't have one. So I think most folks defend that. It just depends on the hand, I suppose. Alright, always yield. Try to get this down. If they have Force of Will, cool. Alright, well, this game's probably going our way now. Regardless, if they blow up this Oath of Druids, I still have a DAC the next turn, and they're kind of showing they're not on a Force of Will hand. Okay, Mox, Loa, and what do you got, man? Could be Abrupt Decay. Abrupt Decay would do wonders here. Then I would probably just resolve the DAC. Alright, Defense Grid. Alright, well that's a little spookier. Can they just go off this turn? So they may be on, not that may be on, they're on some sort of like, probably ritual-based Storm deck. Alright, so we're a good game Oath variant. Like a Punishing Oath that has Punishing Fire and like Life in the Low Minute, and it also is called Good Game because it has Dragon's Breath, which means I can attack at instant speed if I hit the breath. Which with the Emrakul is probably game because you're going to sack all their permanents and probably lose from there. If they go Ritual, or Ritual, Cabal, Ritual into like Yogg Bargain, then we could be in trouble, but... Alright, so it looks like they are going to go for something. Can't stop that with Metal Misstep due to Defense Grid. Demonic Tutoring for what? Black Lotus more than likely. Black Lotus into what though? Okay. Yawgmoth's Will. Alright, they're gonna try to kill me this turn. Alright. Well, I may be dead. We'll see. Yeah, looks like I'm dead. That sucks. That was a pretty perfect hand though. Yep, pretty perfect. Alright, so we lose. That sucks. Too bad, so sad. The defense grid was pretty crucial there, because if they had not had it, they'd have been in a lot more trouble. Alright, Flusterstorm comes in. Pyroblast I don't know on. Pithing Needle is interesting. Probably some number of Tormod's Crypt. What don't I like in this matchup? DAC is kind of slow. Is it Charm? I'm not a fan of. These are horrible. Probably don't need Life from the Loam. I want a Pyroblast. Yeah, that seems fine. Maybe one Grudge, and we'll call that good. Well, that sucked. Because I feel like our opponent had to have a very specific set of cards in hand, and they did. They had what they needed to win. Well, at a minimum, we do have a lot of control options. This deck can control pretty well. You have Flusterstorm, 4 Metal Missteps, 4 Force of Will, 1 Mana Drain, and now we have a Pyroblast plus a Grudge, which I think will be okay. Depends. We'll see if they bring anything in. They may not bring anything in because they're just a faster combo deck than we are. What do I think of this? I think I'm going to keep it. I don't think it's great, but I think it's worth keeping. And do I Brainstorm turn 1? I think I do, because if I find a fetch land, so I'm going to do it off the Mox Sapphire. If I find a fetch land, I can get rid of some of the nonsense in my hand and just gas up a little bit. Okay, we certainly don't want this, and, well, we're going to have that at some point, I guess. Alright, so we're very defensive this game. Our hand is not great. Alright, well, looks like we're going to be fighting a lot of cards. Yup. And we know our draw next turn, so it's not looking very good. I mean, so ideally they spend a lot of time doing this, and we're able to hardcast Force of Will, I guess, on something. I don't know. It doesn't seem very likely, guys. I think we're probably losing this game. The keep was a little shadier, but I think the Brainstorm, generally speaking, will yield better than that. It yielded pretty poorly, so we know we're drawing a Dragon's Breath, which is like the worst card in our deck, because it does absolutely nothing. You can't even cast it to target you can cast it to target Gristlebrand, but you cannot cast it to target the Emrakul. So you really want that thing to be discarded. Yup. I may just be having to Force of Will this turn. Yeah, I mean, that's fine. I mean, I already have mana to get around that, though, so I don't think it does that much. Alright, bad card. And not even a blue card, unfortunately. Yep. Yeah, I think we're going to eventually get overwhelmed here. The good news is if we draw Oath next turn, we can leave up Force of Will plus have the Forbidden Orchard. We still have this Tormod's Crypt, which is, like, decent. Cabal Therapy would be horrible to see here. Alright, Ritual away, my man. Yep, you got it. They're going to name Force of Will. I'm not going to try to force this. It just takes me down a life. Not that one life is that relevant, but it does add to storm count as well. My hand is bad. Very, very bad. I was hoping for a fetch there. Did not happen. A fetch or just something to draw, right? Or like action. I assume they named Force of Will. I obviously don't have Mental Misstep. If I had Mental Misstep, I would have used it here, probably. Maybe the proper play was to Force of Will the Dark Ritual, but that just feels so weak. Like, I feel like there's no way I'm winning this game if I do that, because I'm already behind, so like I need them to make a play here so I can like get them in some weird way with Force and also Tormod's Crypt them. Mindbreak Trap. Okay, well, I don't have that. I have Force of Will, 2 of them. Interesting choice there, unless they have more discard. Are they just going to pass it? Yeah, I think I would have named Force of Will first, because Mindbreak Trap's generally like a 1 or 2 of in sideboards, at most. Not a fan of that choice there. The cool thing about the ritual-based Storm decks is if they don't have their enchantment draw engine, okay, they tend to be a little easier to disrupt because they're very Yawgmoth's Will centric, as opposed to like PO Paradoxical Outcome Storm. Okay, well, this is a lot of stuff, but they're off the library plan, so I assume they have a win this turn. Okay. You get 3 off that. I wouldn't have probably... Alright. You get 3 off that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're at 6 right now. So what he's probably going to try to do here is, okay, do this. Alright, I'll trade you. Why would you do this? Like, what could you possibly have? Yawgmoth's Will? But Yawgmoth's was bad against the onboard Crypt, so I do not understand. Go. Yeah, this play seems suspect to me. Maybe they just have a Time Twister in hand. I guess that puts him in slightly better stead. But it also gives me a hand at that point, too. So I don't know what they were trying to accomplish here. Just eat my Force of Wills. Yeah, that Cabal therapy seemed really bad. Alright, so this is Threshold. Alright, you only get 3 because you're at 6, now 7. Alright. Twister. Yeah, okay. Well, I can hardcast a mana drain. Not that it's likely to be that beneficial. I mean, I basically have to counter any tutor they play here. The fact they're running therapy is nice, though. I mean, hopefully they name Force of Will this time. Because the drain is a one-off. Yeah, I suppose Twister made sense. It's kind of like what we were alluding to. Like, alright, it has to be Twister if this is the route they're going. Okay, well, wait a second. Huh. Yeah, I'm going to counter this. Get a 1-1. I'm actually going to counter this. And if they can still do it with what they got, cool. If they can't, okay. But it probably takes them back to the drawing board. I just think once they get to that much black mana, the game becomes a lot more tricky. Yeah, there we go. That was... Okay, cool. We made the right call. So, if anything, I think we made a good call this game. I don't like how they sequenced the last turn with the Yogg Will. Or the Yogg Bargain, rather. Well... Oath. Time Walk? Seems good. Alright, Crystal Brand. Come on. Well, either one of them be good. Hopefully they have haste. The worst is Emrakul and no haste. I have to hope this is good enough. A million mental missteps seems pretty good against their deck. I think I'm going to allow this. Remember, I still have the Tormod script too. Yeah, they should concede here, I think. No? Alright. Well, they want to see what happens. Alright, yeah, I was going to say, that's game over, my man. Alright, so. In retrospect, maybe more Ancient Grudge is better. Yeah. Oh, and actually, I guess Nature's Claim just kills the silly Yawgmoth's Bargain. And like, killing Bargain is, like, terrible, I think. You just don't want it to resolve, ever. What else don't I like in this matchup? The decks seem okay. Probably cut the Loam. Put another Grudge in there. Alright, we're going to try this. You know, actually, Python Needle should be in here. Yeah, it should, because we can name Necropotence or Yawg Bargain. That's a mistake on our part. Hand's good, though, as long as we don't get turn 1. But, I mean, I guess we could pitch Ancestral to Force, which is not feeling very good, but it's a thing that could be done. I'm going to keep this. Opponent kept 7-2, which is a little more dicey for us. Alright, Mox. Yep. And Paradoxical Outcome as well. Okay, that's cool. Their hand is now gone, and it looks like their storm count is going to be kind of low. Okay. Well, I like this opening because it means their storm count's a lot lower, and they're not a Paradoxical Outcome deck. So I think that benefits us. Okie doke. Well, we're going to play out the Moxen and this thing. And I think I'm going to say go. Now, here is the question. I think we go for the Ancestral on upkeep here. And, yeah, we'll get a Trop. Yeah, it takes me off Flusterstorm if that's a live draw I could have. Now, if this gets... Alright, did not get countered. This is really good, then. What it means for me is that I now have Force of Will plus Metal Misstep, which is great. Should stop any Ritual effect. Well, any Dark Ritual effect. Obviously, Cabal Ritual can still be cast here. But I feel like we're in not a bad spot here. We already have T-Crypt down, which T-Crypt is good at stopping Will. I don't know. I guess we have 4 because we want to stop Dredge. I don't think I'd ever bring in 4 against this deck specifically. I think 2 is the right number, but Pitting Needle should be in here. That was a big mistake on my part. Now, what we're going to do here is Brainstorm. Hope to dodge a misstep. I think opponent kept sketchy on this one. Okay, they're going to make me discard now. Yeah, okay. I'm going to let them do that. It's probably going to be something I have to Force of Will, like a defense grid, but I would prefer to save the misstep for like a ritual. And my mana situation is not terrible. Okay, blue card is nice. Okay, well, these were all garbage. I'm going to be greedy here and preordain. Bottom this, top this, because it pitches to Force. It's kind of what I was looking for, just a blue card. So they're setting up to play, I believe, a grid here. Which if they do, I'm going to have to force it. Or they could just be going all in. Like, we'll see. If they go all in, I don't think I like their chances because I just, manipulated my deck a lot. Although, I kind of missed, but they don't know that. Yeah, hitting 2 more lands off that Brainstorm was rough. But we at least put the worst card in our deck, Dragon's Fire, to the bottom. Although I may need to reshuffle that at some point. Just due to the fact that I don't want it dead last. I don't want to draw it, but I don't want it to be dead last either. Alright, what's the opponent going to do here? They could certainly win this. Yeah. I wonder why they vamped on their turn. suppose if I don't have Mental Misstep, like, I could find it, is what their thinking is. Alright, so we're pretty sure they're drawing this. Alright, that's getting countered. Maybe they cast it to see if I have Mental Misstep and then just did it. Interesting sequencing by my opponent. I don't like how they played that. Alright. Well, at a minimum, we can hardcast Force here, which is cool, I suppose. If it's like a wheel effect, do I let that happen? Alright, that's going to happen. Hardcast Force. Wonder why they cast that into my T-Crypt. Wonder why I countered it. Yeah, I probably shouldn't have countered that. But seeing as how they're on 2 cards, unless they draw a draw 7, I feel like they're pretty much screwed here. That said, we're going to play out the Mock Sapphire, because if they do have a draw 7, I would prefer to have Force of Will available as a hardcast spell, and or multiple counters. Alright, and it looks like that is game. Alright, well, maybe we'll play some Legacy next. What are you guys feeling like? What am I feeling like? I don't have a ton of Legacy decks. Do some Elves. Play some Legacy Elves. Elves a cool deck. It's a little meta-specific, I think. It's a keeper. Actually, I probably should have gotten Bayou to conceal what I was playing, but I want to play around Wasteland, I think. Okay, Island. Alright, we're playing against Miracles. We're going to make some mana here. And we're going to try to go for this Glimpse. Okay, got a couple cards off that. Alright, Counterspell is now available. This is a Counterbalance. Blind Counterbalance would be nice. Spreading Seas. Okay. That's an interesting one to play. Well, I guess it nets them a card in the end. Oh, damn it. Did it backwards. Yeah. Okay. Yep, they went and conceded. I actually think I was going to get them there. Alright, so. I don't even know what the hell they're doing. Submit. I have no clue what the hell they're doing. I mean, they could be on Miracles, but I've never seen Spreading Seas and Miracles. They got to be on some weird hinky mono blue deck. Let's see more of their deck. Abrupt Decay could be correct in this matchup because they could just have like some random nonsense. Sylvan Library against blue tends to be good. But yeah, I felt pretty strongly there. Even though we screwed up that one activation. Like, I haven't played with these cards in a while, and I probably should have just read the side text because, yeah, like what you're going to return, what you're going to untap, because it's an activated cost of returning something to untap. Would have given me the extra mana to actually go get the Reclamation Sage to blow up the Spreading Seas and make Boku mana, and probably go into a win that turn with the Crater Hoof, which seems like it would have been the best way to have that play out, even though it did not. I guess we're going to see what they're up to, though. Like, I don't know if they're a Force of Will deck or not. I mean, we don't know. They're probably a Force of Will deck, so I mean, maybe we want Cabal Therapy. I think this deck just tends to overwhelm Force of Will decks, though. Like, you really need sweeper effects, or just like, you know, just some way to hate them into the ground. Like Tabernacle. You know, that's god-awful. Though, I guess. Alright. Yeah, we can't keep this, unfortunately. If one of the natural orders was a forest, it'd be good. Yikes. So much greed in my heart. How greedy am I? Not that greedy. Alright, this is better. We top that? No, we're gonna bottom that. So we want to hit a land by turn 2. Turn 1's fine with that one. Alright, they're an Urzatron deck. Alright. Relic of Progenitus, that's bad against us. Alright, Elf. And come on, deck, give me a land. Because we can actually make a significant amount of mana with this hand. Like, what's our best draw? Gaia's Cradle. Well, fetch land's not bad either. They may just pop the Relic. I don't think Relic's very good in this matchup. We'll see. Alright, Spreading Seas. Cool. That's great. Mold of 5. Spreading Seas. Alright. I mean, if we can hit Cradle... No, we cannot. Alright, we're attacking then. Yeah, fetch land would be decent. Fetch land into Cradle would probably be the best. I'll make sure we're in the tournament practice room. This deck is nothing I recognize and seems really bad. Alright, repeal. Cool, dude. Like, I mean, if I ever hit a land, you're probably just in trouble, right? Yep, there you go. I think we hit Bayou here. Alright, Stifle. They're like a mass LD deck. Alright. This deck seems bad against us. This draw is going to work out for them because they, we just drew into nothing. Like, utter garbage. And we down to 5. But on the play next game, if we keep a good 7, I think they're effed. Because, like, Stifle, like, Repeal, you know. Yeah, this deck looks bad. I don't know what the hell they're playing. Definitely something they want to try. Alright, Wasteland. Well, you can Wasteland my Cavern of Souls if you'd like. Wasteland's generally not that good. Alright, that's bad. But at a minimum, I still have the Cavern. I wonder why they didn't play the blue. I guess they're going to counter my next spell. Alright, let's just go to game 2. Let's just go overrun them in game 2. So they're an LD deck. Their deck looks really bad, though. Alright, so what do I think of Abrupt Decay? I really don't think it's necessary. Alright, we're just going to submit. Just go ham. Get a good opener, hopefully. A good 6 or 7. Yes, I would love to play first. Alright, hands a keep. It's not great, but it's keep. I almost wish this deck... I guess I could have brought in Progenitus. Like, what do they do against Progenitus? Probably nothing. What does his hand most want to draw? Most wants to draw just a creature or land, I think. A small creature or a land. Not like a Craterhoof Behemoth. That would be bad. Alright. Urza's Tower. Relic. Cool. Well, do we have another Spreading Seas for my Gaia's Cradle? Feels like it. No. Natural Order, not a great draw there. Can I counter this? Countering Elvish Visionary seems kind of rough. Okay. Nope, you got it. You condescend it. I mean, the play may just have been to just go for a damn Natural Order into a Craterhoof just to beat down. Yep, you got it. Glimpse. It is gone. Still up on cards. Oh, I don't like my hand. My hand's kind of bad. Okay, Power Plant. Yep, you got the Visionary. I think I'm just going to pop off. Let's get a Forest. Just going to get another Visionary, I think. They can counter this with the Condescend if they like. That's what it feels like. Nope. Kept one on top, but wasn't a land, evidently. Okay. Well, that's not what we wanted to draw. Yeah, these draws have been abysmal. Repeal? Alright. I mean, honestly here, I'm just going to glimpse. Give me a one-drop deck, come on. Alright, we stop there. Return this thing. Get one more card off of it. Oh, there it was, the nettle. Oh. 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 Alright, go ahead and pop your relic. Find something to deal with this, because now that repeal was actually really bad for them. Like, that was a poor play, I think, on their part, because Glimpse is definitely a card I run. Alright, 2 islands, but no Tron. What could they have? Alright, Spreading Sea's fine. Does nothing, really. Draws them a card. They could have Condescend, though, at this point. Get a Bayou here. Yeah, sure. Okay. Alright, put him to 1. That should be good enough. Alright, what can you do about this? I think you concede here, because your deck appears to be janky. Well, I think we probably could have played this better. We probably could have done this and attacked with one more thing in one last turn. I don't think there's a way we could have gotten the Death Right to work. Yeah, there had to have been. Alright, more vintage. We're going to play this time. What are the gods dying? Some shops. Drazi. Yeah, we'll do shops. Montolio's award-winning list here. You know. Yes, I would love to play first. What do you think of this hand? This hand's great. Turn 1 Chalice for 0, I think. Could also put it for 1. 1 is not horrible. And actually, given this line of sequence, I think we actually made an error here. We should have just led with Mishra's Factory. Because we can put a counter on it next turn and could have attacked with it. Could be a Force of Will here. Though, with another mana floating plus 1 more available. Alright, they're going to get this. Alright, well, that's fine. Evidently 1 was more important to them. But if I have... Alright, they got Time Walk. Well, I'm probably going to just wasteland whatever they play here. Alright, strip mine. They're going to strip mine me. That's cool. Well, this being the case, even though I think it's a very low case. Chief's pretty cool. And Chief's a beatdown at a minimum. We're hoping to draw Soul Ring's probably one of the better draws in our deck. Alright, wasteland. Cool. Well, we're playing against Landstill, I think. Most decks do not play this much land destruction. You know, Force of Will, it's cool if you do. I don't care. I don't think Chalice on 1 is that great here. Or on 0, rather. Alright, Swords to Plowshares on the Ravager. I would presume. Alright, don't hit there. If they want a Swords to Plowshares my thing, that's cool. You can go ahead and do it. Alright, Ancestral? No, Brainstorm, okay. Well, we both run a lot of lands. My guess is they probably only run like 3 zeros. So it was a bad guess in the dark. 1 would have been more likely, right? Although I don't know, it could be holding them back. STP. Well, miss. Come on, deck, give me some more lands. Yep, STP. Okay, there go at it. There is a chance that I wanted to get rid of the Chalice as I run all the Moxen. They likely don't. But if I just draw lands, I'll probably win. You could STP this as well. But eventually I'm going to hit like an Ancient Tomb or something. Alright. Well, that's a card I cannot cast. Activate this thing and probably get STP'd. But again, like, most of my lands produce more than 1 mana. There's one downside to trying to outstack stacks. I'm playing this thing out for 1. I think it makes more sense to get more on the board. Could Force of Will it if they want. Wouldn't blame them. Shouldn't have 6 there, just in case they do STP it in response. But I think they would have STP'd my land. And they have to know, like, it's only a matter of time before I draw into mana, and my spells that cost more mana are pretty good. So, But I also think I need to keep them under pressure here. Yep. Kind of figured they had it. But at a minimum, I still get to counter my steal overs here. That's fine. If we don't hit land next turn, I may just be attacking for 6. That doesn't seem that bad. Alright, they're just missing on lands. Alright, Sphere of Resistance. Are you going to STP my dude? Alright, my dude's attacking this turn. Again, still just hoping to hit lands here. But a 2-turn clock does not seem bad either, especially with the Sphere of Resistance online now. So we'll just activate this factory next turn. Alright, they go ahead and pack it in. Okay, so this is likely to be a tougher matchup. So they're going to be playing some number of Crucibles, which I'm not going to like that much. So I think I do want some Tormod's Crypts. They probably have a DAC or 2. They run Disenchant more than likely as well. Now, that being the case, I probably do want these. What don't I like in this matchup? Revoker is probably bad. Yeah, I think Revoker is actively bad in this matchup. Could even cut the others, but I'll leave some because I want to beat down as well. Energy Flux is also a thing they have, so... And Stony Silence. Energy Flux is almost unbeatable. Almost. Sometimes you can out-aggro it, but... Especially with, not with the Walking Ballista, it's more viable, but... The thing with, like, Stony Silence is, though, is this deck can still just beat down, right? They're going to play this time. Yeah, I think their keep was predicated upon just mana screwing me. This hand's fine. It'd be a lot better if it drew a Moxen. I'm almost loath to play the Sphere out turn 1. I'm going to keep this, though. It does have some Crucible protection. Alright. Yeah, we are just going to wasteland this. I'm not going to let them get a draw engine online. I don't really have a fast enough start that I can allow them to draw the cards for 2 turns, essentially. Could have cast out the Tormod's Crypt as well. That was a thing. Alright, fetch land, playing around Wasteland. Okay. Play out this fellow, Force of Will, I presume. Force of Will into Wasteland would be my guess as to their sequencing here. Okay, T-Crypt, go. Because Crucible, I think, is going to be a part of this matchup. Could also just STP this thing, but I think the reason they wanted to consider Force of Willing it is because if I have a box, I can just take over the game right there. I can get another spell for very cheap, but we're going to probably see a fetch for a Tundra here. Nope, not going to do it. So they're a little land light themselves. That's kind of what that tells me. They want to draw more land. Landstill is kind of funny that way, because like it runs a lot of lands, but it also gets into these like weird spots where Force of Will? Force of Will? Yep. Alright, there it is. Force of Will? Could be Annul. Another card sometimes they run. What did we get? Drain. Alright, yeah, I think we're going to see an Annul here. Or a Steel Sabotage. Or an STP. Okay. But they're pretty low on cards, and we're not. If they have another Wasteland, that's pretty bad, but we'll go to top deck. And Mize, hopefully. Okay. I think I'm going to eschew playing the other Sphere this turn. just to get a threat down. I think it's more imperative. Can this deck beat 2 spheres? It's going to be tougher for it. Alright, it's hitting lands, though. So they're playing a lot more like Landstill this game. I feel like they do have the Crucible in hand. Alright, they're going to mana drain this. That sucks. Okay. And we're probably going to be getting a Crucible or a Jace out next turn. Alright, bunch of mana. Energy Flux would also be pretty bad for us here. Yeah, it'd actually be really bad. I mean, I guess we just... I don't know. I don't quite know. But we do have Walking Ballista plus Arcbound Ravager if somehow we manage not to get Energy Fluxed here. If it's Flux, we're sacking the Sphere and the Sapphire. Well, that's miserable. Okay. What else? Hopefully another Mana Source done. We can, at minimum, get a Foundry Inspector down or start pumping the Walking Ballista. This also keeps the Fairy Conclave back, I think. Get the attack in here. If they want to activate their Fairy Conclave, I'll pump and then kill it. Just an STP. That would be fine, I think. They could do is activate it, and then get me to tap, to pump, and then STP my thing. That's reasonable. Okay. I'll trade nothing for a land. It seems like card advantage to me. Okay, fetch land. Soul Ring. These lists used to run some number of Energy Flux, so I'm just kind of waiting for that to happen to us. But they also run no small number of lands, so and land stills too. So if he drew into stills, stills are not very good here. All right, Time Walk, Explore. And I kind of am glad we brought in the Tormods because I feel like right now the one way we do lose pretty badly is if they do have Crucible. And right now it would cost them 4 to land a Crucible and then... Alright, Wasteland, cool. I assume hitting our Wasteland or the Ancient Tomb? I don't know. One of the two. Put a counter on this silly thing. Alright, got him to 8. So one more turn of them dead drawing, we should get him here. Landstill. Actually, I played Landstill earlier today, and I think it's a fun deck. I don't know if it's good enough. It's certainly fine. Alright, more land. They don't really want to be popping fetch lands right now. Matter of fact, we're lethal next turn. They don't do something here. Okay. Alright, well. Do you have the STP? No? Well. Then die. And good games, man. Alrighty, so. I want to play this time. Maybe we'll play some Landstill. Landstill mirrors? Dude, Landstill mirrors seem fun. Let's do that. Where's Landstill at? Promised End. Yeah, here it is. This version of the deck features Emrakul, the Promised End in it, so it should be fun. Landstill actually should be decently favored against stacks, I want to say. I think it normally should be. What's to be crucial in this matchup? Yeah, this is a mull. This is a keep. Yep, put that on top. Basically, just make land drops every turn. Play the basic out. I haven't played a Landstill mirror in forever, so hopefully you guys can appreciate a nice control mirror. This is like the most controlling deck in Vintage. Okay, a Black Lotus. Okay. Well, he's got a mana drain showing. Well, why else would he play the Lotus here? He's debating if he wants to pop it for Jace. If he doesn't have Force of Will backup, I think that's a foolhardy play. Yeah. He comes to the same conclusion, I think. I think you allow this to happen. Okay, well, I'll fight this. If you want to pop your Lotus on it, that's cool. Okay, well, you got there. Back up to 7. If he pops a Lotus to drain this, I think that's bad, but what do I know? Oh, okay. Alright. Well, he's just going to Ancestral Recall again. Well, the chances that he has Force of Will are very high. Our hope is that we draw Force of Will here. This line of play makes a lot more sense now. Alright. Does the Time Walk resolve or no? Or are we going to force it? From 9 cards back down to 7. We'll leave up Drain here. I mean, it's very likely they have a Wasteland and 9 cards, or a Strip Mine. That I am fine with. I feel like they're going to be ditching some cards at the end of the turn here. As powerful as that is, like, Landstill has a tough time emptying its hand in regards to, like, vintage decks. So I feel like there's probably going to be some discarding here, especially if they just wasteland. But I wasn't going to try to run out the still. Alright, manlands. Okay. Well, what are we hoping for here? They shouldn't attack. If they attack, that'd be sweet. No, okay. Try to get a still going. Force of will. Alright, they're going to allow it to happen. I kind of like that, I think. I mean, they have the Fairy Conclave, but I have the factories. And they don't... Maybe they're waiting on the wastelands. Okay, factory. Mindbreak Trap, not a good one. Yeah, obviously not the most ideal landstill situation, or standstill rather, but I still think it's right to do it. They could be attacking here. We shall see. Nope, they're going to wait. The one that they can attack with costs 3 mana to attack with, yeah. Okay, more islands. And they can attack if they like. Seems they don't like, and I think this benefits me that they're not going aggro because I can't really stop it. Question is, do I fetch here? I don't think I do, because I think I want to save it for Brainstorm. Alright, Black Lotus, bad draw. Not a land and not a spell that really does anything in our hand on their turn. So, keep on passing it. Well, they do a lot of lands with Ancestral. They may just beat us on board here. Okay, Plains. Open for a Wasteland here. That would set things a little bit more right for me. Yep. Yeah, that's a bad one. That one needs to come out after we sideboard here. It pitches very well to Force of Will. Okay. Well, they didn't play their land main one, which is interesting. I wonder if they are going to discards this turn. The clock is at a minimum very slow. So I've got some time here. Matter of fact, I have 8 turns to draw a Wasteland or a Strip Mine. Well, they're debating casting something. They are. I think I like that. Nope. Okay, they're going to discard, which makes sense. Crucible is a strong one. At some point I will enjoy getting that down. But for now, I'm going to have to take my 8-turn clock beats. Alright, Force of Will. At some point they could try to cast something on our end step. Try to get us to discard a bunch. Or I could do the same to them. Although I think they probably have plenty of ways. Alright, they drew land this turn. What is our first card to discard? Probably maybe Black Lotus, I don't know. I'm trying to remember if I run Fairy Conclave in this deck. I think I do, in a singleton copy. Well, that's not going to do it. Or Supreme Will. Yeah, Supreme Will seems supremely bad. Okay. Get in there, you. That's what we wanted to see. Strip mine them. Now they should be forced to cast something, so that's generally good. They're probably going to do it on our end step. Which sucks, but what can you do? These matches are always fun to me because, I don't know, just like a control game. Very incremental. Kind of like very, very old vintage. The Crucible is a bomb. In this matchup specifically. I think here... I think it is the non-blue card, the Lotus, actually, of all things. Man, we really need to start hitting lands, though. This is rough. This draw has been weird. This is a very landed deck. I believe it has 23 or 24 lands in it. Really close to half its mana sources, which means the lower end of our deck's going to be loaded. Alright, Lotus... And I think this benefits me. They're lower in library, which means they could mill before we do. So they're running Consecrated Sphinx. It's pretty sweet. I mean, there's probably almost zero chance of that ever resolving, but... Alright, come on, deck, land. Thank you, deck. Alright, we're going to go ham here. Okay. Get a mana drain in. Okay. Force of will this. And their third spell of the turn, I will mind break trap everything unless they have a force of will. Yeah, patience tends to pay dividends in this matchup. If they have another force, they could definitely still get this off. And I'm kind of left stuck holding the bag. I mean, I guess I could do the same, though. If they counter this, I may actually dig through time to look for another force of will. And then just leave the two factories up. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do, I think. Got them out of 2 cards here. So, we're going to fetch, go down to 4. Probably get 2 Tundras to play around Wasteland here. I guess I don't have to, in case I have the other one in there. Yeah, no, I'll get this one. That's cool. Okay. They have another force of will. Well, if we got all the Force of Wills out of their deck, I suppose that's good for them. They have seen a couple more cards than us. Okay, well, they had it. What happened there? Did they fail to target it? No, they didn't hit all the spells. Alright, so we're dead here, right? If we did force a will, though, I think we would have probably still won. So that should be game. Unfortunate. They're going to beat us by 2 damage. I think the long game we had here, if they did not have, like, 3 counter spells. Alright, so what do you got? Let's see if they make the play. They're also down to 12 minutes. I'm going to make them play it. I don't think their sequencing was particularly hard, but... Okay, what do you do? Okay, Crucible. Okay. I mean, I wonder why they're not just activating their man land here. Just activate your man land and win. Yep. There you go. But I'll make you play the clock. Okay, so in the mirror, rest in peace is interesting, disenchant's good. Maybe I want to go beat down in this matchup. This is bad. You want to put in some Containment Priest to try to go beat down. I think we were highly favored from that position to win, but, trip counterspell, pretty rough. Try to dump the Sensei's Dividing Top turn 1. Misstep is fine. Alright, if they allow misstep, I'm cool with that. Oh, hopefully not turn 1 Jace that I have to try to find a force for. Alright, cool. I should have topped there, but yeah, I'm bad. Take a misstep here. And get a factory down. Okay. not going to attack here. I'd rather use the top, I think, with the fetch land. That I will misstep. I don't want to protect it. Interesting. Alright, Landstill. Probably a must counter. I'm going to go ahead and look here. Okay. I think I'm going to say okay to that. Look at a decent sized mana boost here. Go for a Jace. Nothing. Okay, well I like nothing. Looking for a blue source here. I actually wouldn't mind that Snapcaster either. But I'd like to hold up double drain. If I can get to the last blue source, then I'll probably go for this Ancestral and force my opponent to commit a lot of resources to it. Alright, this should put a clock on them. They need to find a wasteland, or I'm going to get to 7. I'll try to go to 7 right now. Okay. Fortunately, we didn't leave the force second. Flusterstorm would probably be one of our better draws. Well, do you have another drain? Or a mind break trap? Or Flusterstorm, that would do it too. Okay, Flusterstorm. Into Flusterstorm, but then they're out of gas, and I have the Snapcaster plus the... Alright, they're all on this. Cool. Could have probably split them. Nope. So they'll have to Flusterstorm this, which means they're not going to get Mana Drain mana next turn at a minimum. And they're down to 3 cards. Well, could be worse, I suppose. Worst case, if they have an Ancestral of their own, I suppose I can stop it with... Okay. I suppose I can stop it with the Snapcaster, but I would prefer not to do that. I'd prefer to get this Ancestral back with Snappy. So we're going to get hit for 2 damage next turn. Not a big deal. Nope. And I guess they're actually up to 6 lands, so... What's the worst for us here? Probably a Crucible. Crucible will be kind of annoying. But I have a Crucible of my own coming up. Okay. I'm going to attempt to do this Ancestral right now. I kind of like the cards on top. Alright, that sucks. Draw a card here. Lay out the Standstill. And shuffle away the top, I think. Okay. Yeah, this shuffles away the Crucible as well. We just get a Tundra here and say go, and they can get in for 2 damage. But they're also at 4 minutes and 30 seconds, and we have a lot of clock on them. So, suppose I will anticipate them playing something now. Okay, get in for your 2 then. And say go. And we have the library and the Mishra's Factory. So I think that advantages us. Wonder if they took their stills out. Haven't seen a still all game. Okay. Yep, nope. No attacks. Well, it's not a bad follow-up, as long as they don't have like something like a Jace. But it also pitches to Force of Will, of which we've seen how many? 1 so far? 3 mana drains left. Okay. Well, that's unfortunate. That's going to work, though. That'll go. I think we are going to STP their snapper here. Okay, Wasteland. Want to Metal Misstep this as well? You could. Okay. Play out the Crucible here. If they want to Force of Will it, that's cool. If they want to drain it, that's cool too. Okay. Snapcaster. Only 1 drain left in the deck, so I wanted to leave up the factory here. Alright, start getting in there. The Containment Priest are kind of rough. They just allow me to be aggro and block Snapcasters, because I think they run more than I do. I think I only run like 2 in this list. Though if we ever draw the Emrakul, she'd be pretty good too, I think. Just shuffle here. Or leave up Force of Will. I think I want to leave up Force of Will. And or just Containment Priest by 2. My opponent's going to clock. Like, they're not going to finish this game. Okay. Spell Snare? Alright, you got it. Spell Snare is kind of a little bit ambitious in my opinion for Vintage. I guess it does get some of the rocks. Alright. I assume Library of Alexandria, possibly? Yeah. Just in case I ever get to that. Emrakul will be a welcome draw. Alright. I think I could even cast her here. Opponent's going to clock, though. Like, they're at 54 seconds. I love these matchups. I hate when they come down to time. But, hey, man. Rules the road, right? Snapcaster. Actually, Containment is pretty good against Snapcaster, too. Or, not Snapcaster, Jace. Okay. Play this thing out just to have threats, and they're clocked. Alrighty, well, I think I'm going to cut it there, guys. Yeah, it looks like there's no more Vintage or otherwise games up. So that was some Vintage, and I think we had some Legacy in there as well. I can't remember now. Elves, maybe. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed it. You got to see some interesting decks, some Storm, some Stacks, some Oath, I think, some random Landstill matches, and some Elves. So hope you guys enjoyed it, and this has been just a Vintage and Legacy kind of fun tournament practice play series. Take care now, guys, and enjoy.